people showed up to my stream. This is so cool. I didn't test my sound beforehand. I probably should have done that. Let me know if it's decent. Thank you. I'm actually like in the middle of trying to dye all of it a different color. Like this side isn't all the way done yet. So I figured if I curled it, it might make it look a little bit better. This is so much fun. I'm not used to having people actually on my stream. This is really cool. I need to post probably on Discord so that people know I exist. Come on. I love it when my phone decides to completely... This is a fundraiser. Let me see if I can put what I put on my description on YouTube here in the chat. I'm still such a Twitch noob. I have no idea what I'm doing for the most part. But that is what I normally put on my like description box on YouTube. You can't do the same on Twitch. It doesn't quite work that way. And there's probably a way that I could put it in like my channel somewhere. I'm just not very good at this. Okay, I was about to do that and then Twitch decided to crash on me. So that was very nice of it. Go back to Discord. I'll do it from the computer. You guys get to hear me typing. Apologies. Get some typing ASMR. Promotions. So it's really gonna be like 40 minutes until you get your food, Megan? Like that sounds so bad. Oh, you ordered an hour ago and it's still not there? Oh, that I would be livid. What kind of food is it? Is it worth waiting another 30 minutes? Because that's the real question. Like, is it worth it? Ooh, okay. See, that might be worth it if it's one of your favorite places. I'm not a huge... Streamlabs is getting a little cranky there. I don't even know how to turn that off. Oh, that's fun. Okay. I'm gonna have to figure out, like, all of this, like, I do need a mod. I desperately need a mod, and I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to modding, so that's fun. If you can't tell, I'm definitely still just like a baby YouTuber and a baby Twitch streamer. Well, maybe you can tell me how to set you as a mod, and then you get the job. Like, hands down, no questions asked. Oh, this is actually saying I have 5 viewers. That's awesome. I saw where to do it somewhere. I just have to find it again. Nope, that's not it. Cause there's like a stream manager thing I'm in here. I know that there's a way to make people a mod, but I'm not sure what it is. So I'll have to figure that out after the stream, probably. I also don't know how to turn off the Streamlabs thing so that way it doesn't get so cranky. That's not helpful. Yeah, if you can find it on yours, maybe then you can tell me how I do it on mine. Oh, there's a roles manager. I wonder if that's it. Oh, I don't have any users. I have to somehow add people as users, and I don't know how to do that part. I would love to add a role. Maybe. Let me go back to the stream manager. Why are you not showing me my chats? That's not very nice. This stream manager thing is so weird. It's not actually helping me manage the stream whatsoever. Not very helpful if you ask me. But yeah, today's stream is supposed to be about mostly just, I'm trying to raise money for World Suicide Prevention Day, which is tomorrow, so that's pretty exciting. And actually, I forgot to, no, that is the latest update. I've raised $109 out of my $250 goal. And so I'm trying to get on here and was going to tell a little bit maybe of my story and what I've gone through trying to get mental health care, mental health treatment, and because the organization that I'm raising money for is To Write Love on Her Arms, and they are actually the reason why I have a tattoo that says love in Hebrew and a heart on it, and it's over my self-harm scars, so that way anytime I would think about harming again, I would see that, you know, there's love. Like, even if that's all I can do is write love on my arms, then at least I know that I can stay here and be here for another day. And so this organization, they try to connect people with help. They try to make sure that people know the resources to be able to get help. And then they also do a lot of like blog type posts from people in the mental health community who, you know, suffer from different things. So that way, you know, because sometimes people have a very, you know, small perception of, or I guess, yeah, perception of what mental health, what mental illness looks like. They assume that it's, you know, you either have to like look like this crazy person over here or totally depressed and can't get out of bed over here, when there's really just such a broad spectrum of what mental illness can look like and what people who suffer from and struggle with mental illness may look like. And so it's really cool because they, you know, share stories of just normal everyday people and what their struggles look like and how they've gotten help, or if they've even gotten help, because not everyone has all of the time. Like, it took me months before I finally got back into counseling this year. Even though I knew that my mental health was deteriorating, it was still really difficult for me to reach out for help, because reaching out for help for myself is one of the biggest symptoms of my anxiety. So it's kind of a catch-22 there. So yeah, that's like my main thing is it's such a good organization. It really is. Reaching out is the most important step. And it's so nice to, you know, have an organization that they work mostly with teens and young adults, which is, in my opinion, one of the most vulnerable age groups. It's when I struggled the most anyway. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not struggling now, but I have so many more tools now to help me. And, you know, people in my life that I've gotten to choose who can help me, instead of it just being like who you're stuck with in like high school and even sometimes in college. You know, sometimes you don't really have a choice of who you associate with. You know, if you're stuck at home or whatever. But every year that they do the World Suicide Prevention Day campaign, I always try to raise money or raise awareness. That is what I've heard about them being the most suicidal generation. It's crazy to me that, I mean, it is a very scary fact. They did a survey recently of a bunch of teenagers, Gen Z, and 1 in 4 of them had thought about suicide in the last month. 1 in 4. Like, that's an insanely high number of kids who are actively contemplating suicide. And the fact that we are so hesitant to bring up the S word and actually talk about it because then it might encourage people, it's already being thought, it's already being talked about. So being silent about it isn't helping at all, obviously. So it's just like the more awareness that we can bring to that, and the more people like you and like me who are saying, getting help is a good thing. You can reach out and get help. We know it's scary, but there is hope. Hope is out there. And like my shirt, which you can't see all of it, says "Worth Living For." It's the actual tagline of their campaign this year. Is the Worth Living For campaign. And right, that Streamlabs is just getting really, really cranky with you. I don't know why, but it really doesn't like you. I'm not sure why it's so mean. But it is cranky. Oh, hey, I was able to figure out how to go into a mod view. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. This is something I'm so passionate about. I don't know if that comes across at all, but it's something that like every year I'm just like, yes, World Suicide Prevention Day. And people are like, why are you getting excited about that? And it's like, because this is what makes it so important. Well, yeah, and like the stuff about 9/11, that is so true. I never really thought about that. But it is, like, we have that, and then, like, look at the protests and stuff that are going on right now. It seriously feels like our country is going to fall apart soon, and that there's not a lot, especially younger people, can do to fix it. Those that are under 18 especially, when they don't even have voting power. And so it's like, it really does feel like, at any moment, the societal, stuff that's in place could just crumble. And so that does not help with feelings of just being overwhelmed and things like that. Yes, exactly. Need to hone in on passions. That's part of why I started my YouTube channel, and why I wanted to start maybe streaming some is I really want to be spreading awareness about mental health and like how you can get help, but most importantly, what it looks like to live with mental health, so that way, or live with mental illness, so that way those who may not even realize that that's what's going on, they're just having a really hard time and they never knew that it could be treated, Like, anxiety is something that so many people live with and probably don't even realize that some of the things they do are symptoms of anxiety. And so it's like, if you got help and treatment, either through therapy or through medication for anxiety, it can sometimes just make so many things in your life so much better. So it's just, being able to show what a normal, average, everyday person looks like when they're living with something like borderline personality disorder, bipolar, anxiety, PTSD. Oh yeah, exactly. Now that the neurotypicals are experiencing it, it might actually have something get done about it, but it is everything going on in the world between the pandemic and then the craziness throughout it's not just our country either. Like, a lot of countries, people are just going cray-cray. It's just, they're losing it. So yeah, I it's sad that that's what it may take, is if more mainstream people are the ones that are having trouble, then it might actually get taken care of. Just like with CFS, chronic fatigue syndrome, it's now probably going to get research dollars because of long COVID, or what they're calling long COVID, which is essentially people are getting CFS as a result of having COVID. And so now that they're getting it, and it's such a, important new topic and everything, it's going to be possibly getting some real funding instead of before if it's just in your head. It's all in your head. That, yeah, exactly. Things become trends, and then as soon as they stop talking about them, it's just like, what happened to that? Like, where were we were making progress here. We were doing good. Yes. Other people may not say I'm going cray, but yeah, that's me. I just figured out how to add you as a moderator. Wow. Oh, that's creepy. I don't know. I don't know if I could. I want to donate my whole body to science, but then I see like some of the researchers, like I was one of those people at one point in time, and I'm like, but are you really going to be doing research? Or are you just going to be messing around with my body and doing weird things? Like, I don't know. So, yeah, I am an organ donor, but I've never gone any further than that. So you can actually like choose specifically to have your brain donated, because like that is really cool. And I feel like mine's the kind of brain that I've got enough stuff going on up there. They might think it's interesting to study with all the chronic health conditions and medications I've been on. So that's really interesting. I'll have to try to look that up and find out more about it, because that sounds really interesting. But yeah, so it's saying I have like 6 people on here. It's mostly just me and Megan talking. Anybody else want to chime in and say hello? It is creepy. I think it's important though too, because how else are they going to learn things if they don't have people, spreading awareness about it? Like, I study my brain, please. If even just a little bit of this crazy messed up brain can help someone else, I am 100% for it. And yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Like, I was gonna just have my body cremated anyway, so it's like, might as well get some use out of it before they burn it up. I'm not gonna be in there anyway, I hope. Nobody better be messing with me before I'm really dead. That would be creepy. Hey, we've got another one. How's it going? Aw, it will be sad to see you go, Megan. But I hope you have fun eating with your family. I haven't seen my family since like January, so that's kind of sad. Just a bit, anyway. Weird. My YouTube streaming is just not doing as well as my Twitch streaming as far as bandwidth goes. I don't think that it likes my computer very much. I am very glad that you were able to stop by. And yeah, they're actually, I think it's still going on right now. They're doing a donation matching thing right now. So anything that's donated until they hit their $10,000 goal of the current donations, I will actually get matched, which is really cool. So, yeah. I would love to be able to hit my $250 by tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I'm definitely still going to try, because, that would be amazing. But so the money for this specifically is actually going towards counseling scholarships, so that way, people who don't have the money to get counseling any other way, it is going to pay for them to get counseling. And so I think, they have the specific facts on their page, but essentially it's pretty cool how every dollar that everybody's donating is actually going towards counseling scholarships this year. And that's just, it's so cool. Like, I used their, like, get help page to find the counseling center that I'm at right now. So it's like, it's such a good resource. And then they're also doing all this good on top of that with the counseling scholarships. So it's like, I'm passionate about raising money for them. And just raising awareness, like I said, overall awareness about everything. I've used Psychology Today in the past, but this time I knew that they had it. I knew that To Write Love in Our Arms had a get help page, and you can filter down like really well on there. You can filter down based on the type of counselor it is and all kinds of different stuff, to where you can get a little bit more granular on what type of counselor you might want to go see. I think they have some that are like, even like you can sort by like LGBTQ plus friendly counselors and everything. Yeah, I've been doing it over Zoom, and yeah, I've been very, very glad that they relax some of the, stuff and to where I could do it. I've still been quarantining. I have a shit immune system, so do not really want to tempt fate. And so, other than my roommate and my roommate's kids, I haven't really seen anyone in months outside of a computer. So, yeah, might be going a little bit quarantine cray-cray as well, but it is what it is. Oh yeah, chronic Lyme, actually, a lot of it is essentially the same symptoms that you would get with chronic fatigue syndrome or fibromyalgia. So many of those disorders and stuff, they all have like a big chunk of the same symptoms. And so it's like I can relate a lot to people who are dealing with stuff like chronic Lyme and things, because it's crazy how similar our lives are because of how similar our symptoms are for these varied diseases and illnesses. So, all right, bye, Megan. I'm so glad you got to come by. I hope you have a good rest of the night. So, I saw BBQ over here. And I saw Paul online. Do we have anybody else here? Thank you. So, don't know how much the other viewers have heard of what I've said. Well, thank you, Megan. I appreciate it. Boost my stats a little bit. I'm totally cool with it. But yeah, if anybody else wants to talk, if you have any questions about my mental health journey, what it's been like for me living with chronic illness and dealing with COVID and anxiety, or, what it's looked like for me in the past to get help for my mental health, it has been difficult. I can say that for sure. So I really don't mind answering any questions that anyone might have. And yeah, just let me know if you've got any questions, got anything you want me to give feedback on. Trying to look on here. Make sure all my posts about this went out. Oh no, it didn't. Okay. Well, we're going to try and see if we can get a couple more followers in here. See if I can drum up a bit more. Because it did not post that I was going live. So we're going to get some typing ASMR in here. Alright, let's post on Twitter that I am streaming today. we go. Went ahead and got a tweet out, and let me go tweet on my other account. Managing multiple social media accounts is, it's interesting. We're just going to put it that way. We're going to say it's interesting. So, I have had a really rough day as far as like my mental health goes. Been struggling with, or my physical health goes. I've been struggling really bad with brain fog today. So if I'm a little scattered on here, I do apologize, but thus is the life of a chronic illness spoony warrior. Gotta have, you know, bad days and good days, or else life wouldn't be any fun, right? I don't know. That's usually what happens to me too, is any questions that I would have show up after, you know, after the fact. Because it would make too much sense otherwise. So, I don't know if people have watched my past videos, you might know a little bit about my mental health journey and how I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. But I do think it's important to talk about more than just that, because I've also been diagnosed with bipolar,